You are tuning in to On the Money with Dynamic Funds, a podcast series that delivers access to some of the industry's most experienced active managers and thought leaders. We're sitting down to ask them the pertinent questions to find out their insights on the market environment and navigating the investment landscape. Welcome to another edition of On the Money. I'm your host, Mark Brisley. Today's historically low traditional fixed income yields create several challenges for investors. At the top of the list are three in particular that investors and their advisors will want to consider. First, how can we effectively replace the income that investment-grade bonds used to provide? Second, how can we adapt portfolio construction to take into account the loss of protection that used to come from bonds when risky assets like equities go down? And third, how can we protect our portfolios from the risk of rising inflation and rising interest rates? Each of these challenges is unique and requires an approach to effective fixed income allocations to portfolios different than what we have used over the last 30 years. To help us understand these challenges, the current fixed income environment, and discuss adapting portfolios going forward, I'm happy to be joined by portfolio manager Marc-Andre Gaudreau, who heads the specialized credit team here at Dynamic. Marc-Andre and team are responsible for managing approximately $6 billion in credit-related asset classes and apply their depth of decades of experience and disciplined process to managing assets in investment-grade corporate bonds, preferred shares, high-yield bonds and loans, in addition to floating rate and credit absolute return strategies. Marc-Andre, it's great to have you here. I'm going to jump right in. The title of this podcast today is Time to Diversify Your Fixed Income. So how did we get to this title?
Well, Mark, as you pointed out earlier, when you look at most investors having a good balance between offense and defense is obviously a great way to construct portfolios, which is why the 60-40 portfolio has been quite popular over the past few decades. And when we look at the 40, which is your traditional fixed income, it really provided investors with two great investment benefits, I would say. The first one, which is what I would call a reasonable level of income. So over and above fees and inflation. And the second benefit has been basically a portfolio hedge against what I would call kind of economic disasters where the 60s, so equities will go down significantly. So basically providing capital gains, which basically are used to buy back or rebalance equities at lower levels. So really those have been the two main benefits of the 40 over the past few decades.